So I can clearly see that you're facing a problem with the sentence formation
Yes, ma'am.
first, right? The major problem that you're facing. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Good.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So definitely we are meeting for the first time, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So as you know, I'm Monica and I'm basically from Kolkata. Can I know something about you?
Ma'am, I am Anil Kumar Ram. I am from Himachal Pradesh, Dharamshala, and I am a karate coach.
Wow.
And I have experience in 20 years, and last 35 year I am practicing in karate.
Oh, you've been practicing karate, right? Right. Right. Wow, that's great. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, before we begin with today's session, do you have any questions? Anything that you want to ask?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll just move to the topic that we have today, right? And later on, if I feel it is necessary, I may move on to some other topics as well. Let's see. Right. Okay. So today's topic is about celebrities. So as you know that we have celebrities, we have many celebrities that influence somehow our life in some or the other manner. What is your opinion?
Celebrities, ma'am, your sound is crack, so I could not understand.
Okay, I just said
Now
that.
is
Yeah, I just said
now
that.
is okay.
Mm, oh, my Wi-Fi is okay. Okay. So I just said that we have many celebrities around us that
Yes.
influences us in some or the other manner. So what is your opinion about the celebrities?
About the celebrities, if I think the topic is celebrities, they are how to deal with opinions. I think we have many celebrities that influence our lives. What is your opinion, ma'am? One thing I see the YouTube video that one man from Uttarakhand, and they suddenly come to in Assam, and all their fans come together, and uh, they don't move anywhere, and block the all the uh, gates. So this is very problem for celebrities. But if they are very famous, then uh, मतलब उनको अच्छा भी लग सकता है.
They might like it. Hmm.
Like it. Yes, ma'am.
So I can clearly see that you're facing a problem with the sentence formation
Yes, ma'am.
first, right? The major problem that you're facing. There are two things that I will do today, and I will also recommend you to do. Let me go with the story reading with you. What I'll do is I'll show you a screen. It will contain a story. You have to read that story out completely, understand the meaning of each and every word. Wherever you find it difficult, of course, you can ask me.
Okay.
After you have completely read and understood the story, you have to explain the story in your own words without
Okay.
looking into the story, right? First, we'll do this. Then, if we have time, if the time permits, we'll move on to some tenses,
Okay.
right? So, let's see. Just a second. Okay, I'm going to share the screen now. Yeah, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
A
Try to read
farmer.
it out loudly for the first time so that I
Okay.
understand your pronunciations.
A farmer needed a water source for his farm,
Mhm.
so he bought a well from his neighbors. However, the neighbor was cunning. Ma'am, what is the meaning cunning?
Cunning means clever, one who usually
Clever. Okay.
cheats people.
Okay.
Hmm.
The next day, as the farmer come to draw water from his well, the neighbor refused to let him take any. मैम, मैं क्या उसके बाद बोलूं आपको या कंटिन्यू रीड
No,
कर?
no, no. First, you have to read the entire story,
ओके,
understand the entire story, and then
ओके,
you
ओके,
have to narrate. Hmm.
ओके, ओके. When the farmer asked why, the neighbors replied, I showed you the well, not the water, and walk away. Distruct. Ma'am, what is the meaning
Distraught.
distruct?
Distraught means
Dis-
disappointed or upset.
Acha. Okay. The farmer went to the emperor to ask for justice. He explained what had happened. The emperor called on
Emperor. Emperor means
emperor,
king.
king,
Hmm.
emperor. Okay, called on, ma'am, what is
Birbal.
Birbal?
Birbal is a name. Akbar, Birbal. You might have heard those
Yes,
stories.
yes, yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. The waste of his nine country,
Wisest, wisest,
wisest,
wisest. See,
wisest,
we often say wise, wiser, wisest, right? So wisest.
wisest of his nine countries,
Not
Birbal,
countries, courtiers. That is courtiers. Courtiers means
courteous.
ministers.
Okay, okay. Birbal proceed to question the neighbors. Why don't you let the farmer take a water from the well? You sold the well to the farmer, did you not? The neighbor replied, Birbal, I did sell the well to the farmer, but not the water within it. He has no right to draw water from the well. Birbal said, Look, since you sold the well, you have no right to keep the water in the farmer's well. Either you pay rent to farmer or take it out immediately. Realizing that his uh,
Scheme.
scam had
Scheme.
failed,
Scheme. Not scam.
scheme,
Scheme.
scam,
Scheme.
scheme had
Hmm.
failed, the neighbor apologized and went home.
I'll share it again. Read as many number of times as you want. You can ask me as many questions. Understand this story completely first.
A farmer needed a water source for his farm, so he bought a well from the neighbor. However, the neighbor was cunning. The next day, as the farmer came to draw water from his well, the neighbor refused to let him take any. When the farmer asked why, the neighbor replied, I showed you the well, not the water, and walk away, distraught. Ma'am,
Hmm. Good. Good. Good.
distraught,
Distraught. Yes.
distraught. The farmer went to the emperor,
Emperor. Emperor. You can say
emperor.
king. You can say king.
Okay, emperor. To ask for justice, he explained what had happened. The emperor called on Birbal, the wisest, wisest, ma'am,
Wisest.
is it
Wisest.
wisest? Okay, wisest of his nine courtiers,
Courtiers. Courtiers.
courtiers,
Ministers. You can say
courtiers.
ministers.
Okay, courtiers. Birbal proceed to question the never. Why don't you let the farmer take water from the well? You sold the well to farmer, did you not? The neighbor replied, Birwell, I did sell the well to the farmer, but not the water within it. He has no right to draw water from the well. Birbal said, Look, since you sold the well, you have no right to keep the water in the farmer's well. Either you pay rent to farmer to take it out immediately or immediately realizing that his scheme has failed, the neighbor apologized and went home.
Mm. Yes. Do you want to read again? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am, I can explain you.
Okay, fine. Yes, go ahead. Try to explain from the beginning to the end. Yes,
Ma'am, in English, or
definitely in English.
okay, okay.
You can
Uh,
take your time. I don't mind, but you have to understand and explain to me. Yes, that is how you will learn sentence structure.
okay.
You still have time. If you want to read again, you can go through. Do you want?
No, ma'am. No,
Okay.
ma'am. And try.
Okay.
Uh, one farmer, uh, one farmer water
Needed?
for
Hmm.
needed water,
Hmm.
and so that he asked neighbor to um, some waters for his farm, and the neighbor sailed the whale and
Sold the well.
sold the whale, and then next day when the farmer take the water from well, the neighbor said that this is I will sell sold the well, not the water. So you can't take the
I
water
will
from
sold the well. I have sold
I
the well.
I had
I had or I have. HAVE. Have.
have okay. I
Hmm.
have sold the well, not water.
Hmm.
So you don't take the waters. Then the farmer go to the king and
Went
explain
to the king. This will all
went
be in the past tense. Went to the king.
okay, went to
Hmm.
the king. The farmer went to the king and explained everything, and then the Birbal uh, call every uh, ministers, courtiers, I think, uh,
Courtiers. No, no. You can call it
courtiers,
ministers. Hmm.
ministers. Okay, ministers, and then explain everything. And then the Birbal said mm, to neighbors, uh, okay, your water is, if you want to take, you withdraw your water from well, or uh, to give him uh, the rent for water. Then neighbor is mm, he realized uh, he realized that his scheme is a failed, that
Hmm.
then he uh, take apologize and went to home.
He apologized. Not he take apologize. He apologized.
He apologized and he went to home.
Okay, this is how you have to try and improve your sentence formation. There were mistakes because you are making the mistakes in the grammar, right? So,
Okay.
this is something that you have to gradually learn. So,
Okay.
please read more, understand each and every sentence. Now, let us again do a conversation about what are the things that were discussed. Okay, so there was this farmer and the neighbor, right? And the farmer needed water for his own farm, for
Okay.
his agricultural farm, let's say. And he went
Okay.
to the neighbor and he asked for help. So obviously, he bought the well from the neighbor.
Hmm.
But the neighbor was very clever. He was of the kind of person who used to cheat people, who used to deceive people. So the
Okay.
next day, when the farmer came to draw the water or came to take the water from the well, neighbor simply refused, saying that, "Oh, I have sold you only the well, I have not sold you the water within it." Hearing this, the farmer got a little disappointed and upset. So he went to the emperor, he went to the king, and he told him about all the things that happened to him. Then this king or the emperor called on the Birbal. Birbal was the wisest of all the ministers that the emperor had. He assigned this task or assigned this case to Birbal to handle. Now, Birbal again asked the same question to the neighbor, that when you have already sold the well to the farmer, why are you not allowing the farmer to draw the well or to take to take the water or to draw the water? To this, neighbor again replied the same thing, that I have sold the well but I have not sold the water. Hearing this, Birbal said, "Look, since you have already sold the well, this well now becomes the property of the farmer. You can not store your water in the farmer's well anymore. You have two options. Either you have to take your water out of the farmer's well, or you have to pay the rent for the water that you are storing in the farmer's well."
mm,
Right? Hearing this, neighbor understood that, oh, my scheme has now failed. My plan has failed. I won't be able to fool the farmer anymore. So what could he do? He could only apologize. So what that is what he did. He just apologized to everyone in that code of law and he went away. Right?
mm.
So
Yes,
my entire point of making you read the story is that you have to understand the sentence structures, how the
okay.
sentences are framed. Right? It's not about how many stories you're reading. It's
Mm,
about how much you are gaining from it.
mm,
How beautiful the sentences are. Farmer needed a water source. He bought a well. Neighbor was cunning. See, all of the story was mentioned in the past tense. All of the story. So while explaining, you should always use the past tense, right?
mm.
Because you're narrating a story, right? So, yes. So try to read the story again. You will have the recording of this session because you will need a lot of reading right now. Right, at this point of
Yes,
time, you will need more of reading plus explanation. Maybe all this time you were reading things, but you were not explaining, right?
yes,
So, since you were not explaining, you were not using your brain to recollect anything. Now
yes,
you have to practice speaking as well. You might have noticed in your school days, let's say you read something, but when you used to explain the same thing to your classmates, it got better absorbed into your brain, right?
yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the
Yes, ma'am.
same thing that you have to apply over here so that your
Okay,
sentences can improve. Maybe
okay,
next session, whenever we meet again, we'll try to do grammar as well. We'll do some tenses, maybe.
okay,
Right? Yes. Tell me
okay.
if you have any questions.
No, ma'am. When when I speak alone, then lots of uh, vocabulary I store,
Come to
and
mind.
uh,
Hmm.
but if anyone front of me, then stuck my head, and I
Hmm. So that is